With over 10,000 cards in the Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG game, where do you start when you want to build a deck? Well, most people start on the internet, most notably YouTube. However, how good is some of these decks that we see profiled day in and day out on that platform? Me being the curious person I am, I'm going to try and find out. Welcome to NetDeck 101. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. You know who it is by now.
Jimothy.
Now, episode 3 of NetDeck 101, we have decided to take a look at Invoked 101's Thunder Dragons. Now, this is a deck again that I am building myself, so it's very, very interesting to me to see how the deck plays. I have no experience with Thunder Dragons whatsoever. However, this little bit of time that I've spent with the deck has allowed me to understand what is actually going on with the deck and where the combos lie. So, without wasting any more of your time, ladies and gents, let's get straight into the duels. Okay, ladies and gents, this is the deck list that Invoked 101 profiled on his channel. Now, it's Thunder Dragons. Thunder Dragons do have their issues, especially with Colossus being banned. But anyway, let's look at the advantages and disadvantages of this deck list in particular. So, starting us off, the advantages. Dimension Shifter. This is an very powerful card, especially going second and you've got this in your hand. You can just pitch this to the graveyard and watch your opponent just kind of stop in their tracks, especially if it's a combo eccentric deck. So Dimension Shifter is a really good card in this deck list. Also, having an alternative win condition in the form of Chaos Dragon Levineer and Blackluster Soldier Envoy of the Beginning is really powerful, especially when you've cycled through a lot of your Thunder Dragons and you have a couple in your graveyard. You can actually summon one of these, which is really good. On top of that, the new release from Eternity Code, which is Thunder Dragon Lord, is a nice addition to the deck. Just being able to special summon it by banishing a thunder monster from either your hand or what you control is really powerful, and it allows you to dump Thunder Dragons from your deck to the graveyard in the end phase, which is really powerful. The extra deck is probably what you would expect from a Thunder Dragon, but we're going to talk a little bit about the extra deck when we go into the disadvantages. And finally, for the advantages, it's Thunder Dragon. The grind game is very powerful as long as you know what you are doing and you don't just burn out. Comboing that with Dimension Shifter can make for some very interesting play and some interesting boards. Now, the disadvantages. It's Thunder Dragon. Like I said, without Colossus, it really does struggle, and it really struggles against any kind of strategy that has a lot of back row. I was running up against like Counter Fairies, True Draco I played, and they just blew me out the water. There was just nothing I can do. On top of that, because it's Thunder Dragons and because the way that this deck is operating, people know that you're going to go into your Thunder Dragon fusion. So what would happen is that let all the other effects go off, let me combo off to my heart's content. As soon as I put down that Thunder Dragon fusion, I was like, that was the thing that was negated, and it effectively kind of stopped me in the tracks, especially if I didn't have a Chaos Dragon Levineer or Blackluster Soldier Envoy of the Beginning in hand. There was not much more I could actually do with the deck. Secondly, the extra deck. Now, Invoked 101 did mention that you could add some additional cards to the extra deck, as there are only 10 extra deck monsters. So it meant for some interesting scenarios where there wasn't a lot I could summon with the extra deck monsters that I had to my disposal. And also, Thunder Dragon, twin-headed Thunder Dragon, it's good, but I would probably swap this out for a instant fusion and a Kaminari attack. Just being able to get into my Thunder Dragon Titan a lot easier kind of would have helped out, to be honest. So all in all, it's a solid deck list. It's Thunder Dragons. There probably would be some cards that I would take out and some things that I would include from this list, but in all, it kind of needs a little bit of work, just because if you are made to go second for any reason, if you lose the die roll, for example, you're kind of stuck, and there's not a lot you can do with the cards in hand if you don't draw specific cards. Now, I know that your side deck can address some of those issues, but you should have some main deck options for you to be able to go second effectively. So yeah, ladies and gents, so that's just my analysis on it. Maybe it was me as a very amateur Thunder Dragon pilot, or maybe it was the way the deck list was comprised, but I just overall wasn't impressed with how the deck performed. But anyway, as I said, I will leave a link in the description to Invoked 101's actual video, and a big shout out to Invoked 101 just for being an all-round good guy. Definitely check out his channel, has some amazing deck profiles on there. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, if you did like this content, be sure to like, share, subscribe, and I will definitely see you guys on the next video. Hope you enjoyed. Peace.